about founder resilience, I think we're right into it today. So first of all, thank you all for being here. It's amazing to see that you made it through all the hoops and multiple Fullerton hotels and all the walking underpath. And we did an event last year, not last year, in April as well in Dubai. And then we had the floods. So I think I'm still here, you're still here. So let's get cracking. I want to ask you a couple of questions before we dive deep. I see some of you wearing Apple Watches and fitness bands. So how many of you are wearing wearables? Just a show of hands. Interesting. So it'll be maybe after we can talk about why you're wearing that and what you feel you're getting out of it. But I want to start by saying, what if you could leave 150 years old and feel 25? Okay. So one thing I want you to leave with today is the case for data. Now, we've just been recognized as a vitalist organization, the Vitalism Foundation. If you don't know, you can check vitalism.io. It's an organization that lobbies and works towards longevity and defeating aging and potentially one day death. We're really wanting to build the ecosystem to actually achieve this. We feel like this is the next gold rush. Longevity is the next gold rush. And we're the guys trying to sell pickaxes and buckets. So the real question, I guess, is, does data make a difference? So let me make the case for data. I think OpenAI had a paper called Data is Everything, and that was hinging on, obviously the Transformer paper, which was called Attention is Everything. So whether you believe or not that you're going to be able to defeat aging or longevity or achieve immortality or whatever your particular flavor of longevity is, I want to convince you today that you can't achieve it unless you've got the data. So let's go back to the human body and sort of healthcare or potentially sick care as it is today. It's a complex systems, right? And it's organized, biological systems are very complex. Doctors today are specialized. Right? You go see a cardiologist, you go see an endocrinologist, etc., etc. The current healthcare model is actually built for sick care. It's built based on the sort of symptom suppression model. And it's not built on attention to root causes. We don't really research enough what is the root cause of all our ailments. And that's because there's a lot of challenges in understanding, because these systems are all interconnected. And we understand, I mean, if you were a little bit interested in health or medicine or have a medical background, you might have seen the map for the metabolic system. We know all the pathways. We've got a very, very complex map. You Google it, it's amazing. We know all pathways, but they express themselves differently in different people. So how do you know which works for you? How do you know what to do for yourself? So complexity hinders understanding. Now, we know simple stuff, and that's what everyone will say, oh, well, 80-20, just go back and say, oh, you eat the right stuff, you exercise, and you've got a good mindset, you've done 80% of the work, it's gonna be fine. It's true. This all matters very much, but we also don't know how they impact each other. So they tell you, oh, it starts in the kitchen. Get your diet right. But then you need to move, but you need to do strength training, because just moving is not enough. It's just about building muscle. But we know all these things, but we don't know how they interconnect each other again. So in medicine, when you want to understand something, what do? You do a clinical trial. You isolate people, you just profile them properly, you've got a control group, and you say, oh, well, we did this intervention, and this group will receive the intervention, just their biomarkers improved, and this group who didn't get the intervention, the biomarkers didn't improve that much. And then we can also measure placebo and all these things like that, because that matters a lot. But that's all we do. It's like a window on a particular event. We don't have all the exogenous factors like We started with particular DNA risk, and we were doing a lot of things before and after and during that clinical trial. So it's not the complete picture. So all the measurements methods we have today, blood tests, MRI scans, whatever, these are all a window on a particular point in time. Now, that's what I think the future is about. It can bring an explosion of continuous monitoring devices. Now we've started already, and asked about wearable devices this morning. We all have some. We're all walking around with sensors. But the wearables, and I'm sorry, maybe I should say also that is also going to change more, not only in the number, but the type of wearables that we're going to wear. Now we're looking at ingestibles. Now you take a pill, but it'll go and scan inside your body, and then you will actually know more about things inside. So it's really interesting. Now we wear CGMs that are connected to your body all the time and test your blood all the time. It's a fascinating evolution. And AI is arriving. So AI is able to get all this data and actually make sense of it and detect patterns that we weren't able to see before. And so we are going to make a lot more discoveries in that field, right? But again, AI is hungry. Today, when you look at everything, what you've got is death by dashboard. Okay? Because all these different platforms that are gathering the data around you, what do they give you in exchange? A dashboard. So you are here, like me. I'm the yo-yo guy. I lose 30 kgs, take it back, 30 kgs, take it back, 30 kgs, take it back. I'm looking at this dashboard and I'm going, this is going up, this is going down, I should do this, and I should do that, and I go to the internet, and there's the latest fad, you should do the intermittent fasting. But I don't know for sure. So I want to know. I want to know exactly how those different data streams interact with each other and what actually is going to work for me. Now we need to escape the platform economy dominance. I'm not, I'm a big fan of Apple or Google doing amazing work in different things. They advance science in many ways. But these platform economies, they just want to grab all the data for themselves. And so we have a data war right now. This is not in the service of the users. We're in a model where you're on the left or you're on the right. We're going to squeeze you dry, or we could actually make you an actor into this model and help you nurture and grow around your data. It's about time we get to an ecosystem like this, and that's what we want to solve for as Symbiotic Foundation. We desire a health data architecture where you can control your data sharing, where you can have privacy of your own data, where you can monetize and you can earn rewards for doing the right things for your health. So we want to put people at the center of that economic journey. We want people to be their own economic actor. And so we achieve this by bringing the missing piece, which is insights about you, what works for you. And we're building what I call the protocol network economy. It's not my term, it's been coined by Chris Dixon from A16Z in his latest book. Protocol network economy is what Web3 enables. So it's a privacy-first architecture, it's user-owned and controlled data. The benefits for the users, it's about earning rewards for data sharing. It's participating in research projects, opting in. It's about receiving a success fees if your data actually was involved in a discovery. It's about building trust that you actually are participating in the environment, but that it's an environment that is secure, that your data is protected, and that you're getting personalized health insights in exchange. And it's about holistic health. At the end of the day, I often describe us as Linux for health. It's about an open source community approach. We think that's the only way to get that neutrality, that trust from the people, is actually to be open source and to get other builders. So we built an ecosystem, and we built the first 2 apps on it, and we welcome other builders and other startups who are wanting to build services in health, preventive care, to come and join us and build with us. We have a total of 5 slots for the early founding members of that ecosystem. One day, we hope to be the largest crowdsourced biobank in the world, because we source the data, the product, from everyone that's walking in the street. Thank you for listening to me. Please, if you want to learn more, you can scan this QR code. Now, I'd like to welcome my two co-founders and Mr. Ajit Khurana, who's